All right, man, we back once again. Motor City Sports Talk. We in the building, and let's talk about the Lions quarterback situation. Should the Lions have drafted a quarterback this year, or are they good waiting next year drafting a quarterback? Let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Appreciate the love, support. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? Just keep sharing the videos. With my Cash App, PayPal in the description. But yeah, last year you see Herbert is looking good. You see, obviously Burrows is looking really good. I mean, you could make the case they could have traded up for Joe Burrows, maybe not. I mean, he really good, but I wouldn't have did it. But you could say the benefit of drafting a quarterback this year would have been they would have been able to sit and learn behind Stafford and Bevel. And they probably gonna have a new quarterback and offensive coordinator, head coach next year anyway. So the benefit of that would have been just to get his feet wet. And the Lions just never do anything that makes sense. Instead of drafting a quarterback and keeping one in the chamber like the Patriots did, Castle, Garoppolo, Mallett, even though some of those guys didn't work out, Hoyer, Brissett, Garoppolo, they always kept one in the chamber because they know how important that position is. And they never took a quarterback and just prepped them behind Stafford to be ready to go. And I don't know if that's the ownership or that's just what they feel they don't want to do. But the smart thing would have been did what Green Bay does. They got Rodgers behind Favre, and now they got Love behind Rodgers. Forget how the quarterback feel. How about you just prep one up just in case he go down or he decides to retire, you decides to move him. And I think that would have been the best decision to make. If it was Tua, it was Herbert. If you didn't like Tua being left-handed and being, 6'1", you didn't like his health history, well, Herbert was really, really good. I mean, anybody that know football know Herbert was good. People say, well, he didn't win the big game at Oregon. Oregon never wins the big game. Their biggest win was with Mariota beating Jameis Winston in the Rose Bowl. And, and then they lost in the national championship to, I think, Alabama. I can't remember who it was. Was it Bama? I can't remember what it was. And that's just the God honest truth. So, he's a fantastic quarterback. Quick feet, fast feet, great arm, good accuracy. Everything was there. If he would have came out 2 years ago, he would have been a #1 pick. So you had a shot at 3 #1 picks if you trade up for Burrow. If Tua never would have got injured, he would have been #1 pick. And Herbert would have came out a year early, he would have been a #1 pick. So you had 3 quarterbacks that at some point in their career was generational. Was it because coming back to school was the wrong decision, health issues, or they had a great year and they just shot up to #1? You had an opportunity to get a generational quarterback and you didn't get it. And then you could have prepped him behind Matthew Stafford. So you got to ask Bob Quinn, Matt Patricia, Sheila, what's the train of thought about having a quarterback, one in the chamber, and develop? We don't want to pay him. Or we wanted somebody can help us now. Okudah can't help you now. And last year, TJ Hockenson didn't help you now, other than the game 1. So the premise of we want players that can help us now, look at your last 2 draft classes. You got one rookie that's going to contribute when the team is healthy, and that's Jonah Jackson. Okoro's been a healthy scratch. So you could have made the case that last year they could have traded up and got Burrows. Because most of your draft picks don't pan out anyway. And that's been like that for the Lions for 20 years plus years now. So, I mean, Okoro not giving you nothing. You're not utilizing Swift. So if you would have gave up, your first, your second, your third last year for Burrows, we knew that last year when they drafted and Tavai didn't start right away. Hockenson had one good game, he disappeared, and Will Harris was trash. And, Bob Quinn is better at picking 3rd round picks, 5th round picks. You could have, in some years, you could have gave up the majority of your draft from 1st, 2nd, 3rd last year. Only player that's good is the 4th round draft pick, Jonah Jackson. You could have gave up 1st, 2nd, 3rd this year and moved up and got Burrows. Not saying that was the right move to do. I'm just saying if you did it, Okudah not performing. Swift, he ain't getting the opportunity to perform. Peterson, your lead back, and he's 50 years old. And then you got Julian Okoro, he ain't even playing. So in some years, it makes sense for the Lions to trade a lot of their picks to move up and get a Ezekiel Elliott or Saquon Barkley. It makes sense. But you can talk about the quarterback next year. I don't know much about Trey Lance. I hear people talking about him. I don't trust nobody from North Dakota State. Then you're talking about a situation where you got Lawrence, you got Justin Fields. My biggest question is this. You can make an argument that Lawrence is better than every quarterback that came out last year. But we know Herbert is doing well. We know Burrows is doing well. We can make a case that Fields is better. You can make a case if you want to that Trey Lance is better. You can make that case. But then the $1 million question is, will you be in the position to get one of those 3 blue chip quarterbacks. Last year, you was in position to get the quarterback. And also the question is, if you get the quarterback next year, will it be in their best interest to start next year? That's the question. You know what I'm saying? Will it be in their best interest? Because somebody else might come in and trade some players and cut some players and want to build it that way and build it from the ground up. This year, you legit had a quarterback coming off a back injury 2 years in a row. You legitimately could have really made a strong case. You could have made a huge, strong case. You should have drafted a quarterback the year before last. It was talks about them moving up for Murray. You should have drafted quarterback Herbert or Tua this year. It's a perfect situation. If Tua didn't want to come here, Herbert didn't have no other choice. He should have came here. So will you be in a position where the Lions get hot down the stretch and get us out of position? Because Cincinnati not doing good. The Eagles not doing good, but the Eagles and Bengals got franchise quarterbacks right now. So really you competing with the Jaguars. You know, and who knows what's going to happen down the stretch. So were you in position to get the quarterback that you wanted? You had the pick of the litter last year. Tua or Herbert. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. You know, we know the Lions, they might go out and rack 6 straight and go 7-9. So, I mean, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsor, video request. Twitter's the fastest way. Facebook, Instagram there. Want to make a donation to the channel. Cash App, CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. Appreciate the love, support. Keep sharing the videos. One time for the one time. We're done.